Welcome to the AZTC Accelerators webinar. Today's topic is utilizing interactive content. The host of this webinar will be Chris Amos, the owner of No Boundaries Marketing, whose business is located here at the AZTC Accelerator. In this seminar, Chris will discuss the shift of users from traditional text-based content looking for more engaging content. Welcome, Chris, all yours.
Why, hello, ma'am. How are we doing today?
Good, good, good. Hope you are too.
Living the dream. All right, well, let's rock and roll today. So, a couple of things that we're going to talk about, and this is kind of a short and sweet little class because it's really just one aspect of content marketing that we break out into its own because it deserves to be on its own. And what I mean by that is when we convolute certain things, people tend to lose sight of or lose focus of what's actually needs to happen. So, interactive content is one of those things that is important enough to be its own class and its own subject matter by itself. So what is interactive collateral? So first answer to that is it's really anything that's going to create engagement on your site. And it's actually not just a website. It could be social media. There's a variety of ways that we use interactive collateral. But the purpose of it is really, there's multiple aspects of this. So let's kind of start with some of the basics. So when we look at a website, and I have ours up, obviously, when we go through this, the challenge that we have is that, that's a lot of stuff, right? Aesthetically, it looks good. We have obviously some engagement features, some animations, high quality visuals. So, we check off a lot of those boxes there. We got a ton of content on there. So that's great for Google, chat feature, brand accolades, all this stuff. But where's the engagement? We're not asking anybody to do anything, right? And so this is where some of the challenges come in is that, you have to find a balance between all of this stuff, right? And in a perfect world, you'd have it all. And sometimes you can and you might not. But, our engagement feature actually comes in our website audit, and we'll do that here in just a minute. But big picture wise is what I really want to stress to business owners is this. Our digital footprint, so our websites, these are often the first place that people go that they get that first experience with our brand, right? They get the first experience with your company. And we want to put our best foot forward. We want to make sure that when they come here, we answer all their questions. We want to make sure that they get a good visual of our company and what we bring to the table. We want them to know exactly what we do, how we do it. And again, when I say that, I don't mean literally like verbatim what we do and how we do it, but we want to make sure that they walk away saying that, No Boundaries Marketing Group, they do digital marketing services. They do this, this, and this, and they're going to be my resource for that. That's ultimately what the goal is. Now, how we get them there and how that journey looks is going to be different for really a variety of demographics. But I can tell you one thing that remains consistent is interactive content. And it doesn't matter what demographic it is, it really stands true. Sometimes it's more effective for certain demographics than others, but everybody engages at some level. So what is interactive content? So interactive content is where this is static content. Interactive content is when we're asking somebody to do something. We're asking them for input. We're asking them for just, something. I'll give you an example. This is a client site right here, VetLink Solutions. They do they provide benefit increases, or they work with veterans to get their benefits increased. And when you look at this, static content, great stuff, blah, 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 looks and feels good. But look at this engagement feature here. Try our evaluation. Are you a veteran? Great. Next answer here. Do you have a disability rating? Yes or no? No, I don't. This requires you to go through and answer these questions. So what am I doing here? And, what am I ultimately doing as a consumer? I'm engaging with that business. Now, again, I got to an end result that doesn't actually work that well. Like this would be where they didn't get the client. But in the example that I'm giving you here, this is something that, I went through a process. Like I didn't bounce off and go somewhere else. I was like, wow, you know what? Let me see if I qualify for this. So that engagement is really what you're going for. Now, this is just a form example, and there's a variety of other ones that we could go into. So let's talk about what that looks like. And again, informational content, or this type of content can be used a variety of ways. there's not one thing that was going to create more engagement over the other per se. It just depends on what you're looking to get out of that consumer and what you're trying, or actually not get out of them, but what you're trying to give them or what you're trying to really push in terms of an agenda. Now, these guys, VetLink, this form as an example, they're looking to basically pre-qualify that person to make sure that, again, they are a good fit. We have a series of questions that we ask that ultimately drive them one way or the other, to an enrollment specialist or to this right here. Now, on our website, a little bit different. My engagement feature is all centered around getting something. We want to get them a free quote. And so again, or excuse me, SEO audit. Let me go back to that. That's my free quote button. Let me go back to my free website audit. So in my engagement feature, test my website. Boom. They're going to engage with me this way. They're going to put in their name, the nature of the business, the website address, so on and so forth, and they're going to get their website audit. So these type of forms or interactives are fantastic. There's other ones that you can do out there. So an example of another engagement feature might be an infographic. I can tell you, people love statistics. I don't know what it is. It captivates us. It really just, gets our attention, let's just say. You'll hear me in a lot of my webinars. I pick on the insurance industry, but insurance statistics. Did you know 1 in 10 people are driving on the road that are underinsured? Get your insurance review now. Like those type of things, spur engagement. They pique our curiosity. And so, this is how you can use a variety of these things. Video is another great one. Again, there's a population, roughly about 80% of people will typically watch a video. 20% are pretty dedicated to just reading. But of that 80%, you statistically have about 7 seconds to capture their attention. But I'll tell you what, you get past that threshold and it's good. Like things really start working for you. So this is where I say there's not one thing that you guys can do as business owners to create that engagement or create that interactive content. It really should be a variety of things. So I'm going to go back on our website here. And like I said, this was just our first example of interactive content that we have. I have infographics here in our blogs. And then again, we share these across a variety of platforms. So this is a way you can use interactive content on, again, a variety of things. It's not just, we're picking on websites right now, but really you can use it across the board. So like an infographic, we plug those into blogs. And another example is you can link over to different things. Like if I wanted to go to social media, for example, and create a little interactive, and then by going to my Facebook page, I might post that free audit tool right there and take them to my website to fill that out. That's perfectly, acceptable. I can throw a video up on my social media pages. That's an acceptable form. So like I said, there's a lot of different things you can do. We just show it in terms of the website because that's the foundation of your business. But you can use interactive content really anywhere. So like I said, if you have questions on this stuff, it's not rocket science. There's a lot of ways to do this. One resource that I really like to show people here is Canva. And so when I come here, I always like to show people they have infographic tools that you can use, all sorts of free resources for you. There are paid versions. So again, you can pick and choose what you want to do. You just come in here, we can slot, infographic, and they'll have some templates in here that you can do, video templates, social media templates. But you get the idea, like this is right here what creates that engagement for your business. People, believe me when I say, they will read this. These are also great resources too for blogs and all those things like we mentioned before. It's something that can be syndicated out to third-party sites. There's any number of uses for these type of things. So again, as a kind of a fun resource, if you'll hear me say this a million times, really, really, really create that, those infographics and those videos, those type of things. Other great things that you guys can do, contests. Contests are actually a form of interactive content. When you really think about it, hey, enter your name in here and for a chance to win. I mean, I've seen all sorts of ways interactive content has been used. And again, it's all very, very specific to those businesses. One website that I was fascinated with for a long time, and unfortunately they don't have it there anymore. They used to have a wheel up on their website, like a little Wheel of Fortune type wheel. And you'd spin the wheel, and again, however it was programmed on the backside, it would land at different things. And again, just the art of, or just the byproduct of spinning that thing, I tell you, I think I hit that thing about 100 times just to see what else it would do and what else it would say. And you laugh at that and it's like, yeah, you know what? That was a complete waste of my time because I actually had no interest in whatever product or service they were offering. However, that little engagement feature kept me there, and it's something that I still remember to this day. So, again, that's how you really try to think outside the box and how you really try to utilize this type of interactive content to your advantage because, again, you have no idea the impression that it's going to create, and then those people tell other people, so on and so forth. So, get creative with it. Just think about it. Anything that requires an action or an input from from your target audience, that's going to be interactive content. That's what you're trying to get them to interact with your website. Get a quote features. Those are interactive content. Again, little on the lame side. A lot of people they don't necessarily want to be. They feel like they're being sold something. So a lot of people don't like to do those anymore. But think about it this way. In insurance, I'll just pick on insurance again. Find three. Let us find the ways that you can save money. Enter the following information and then boom, boom, boom. And it says, you might have a feature that says, get a list of your eligible discounts today or possible eligible discounts. And they put in a few fields and then boom, it's going to pop them out an end result. And then, oh, wow, I can have these discounts. That's great. Or, how much could you save on your car insurance? We've all heard that one a million times. I've seen other ones with automotive repair. I've seen things like, get a parts estimate, and who knows how that works. I mean, I think it connects to a database or something, I'm assuming, but you put your part in there and it'll give you a range on how much the average cost to repair a vehicle is. I've seen insurance is the most common one that you see quote type features, but again, there's a lot of different ways to use this. Statistical models are typically to me, the most effective when we can say, did you know? Everybody wants to know. So, if your industry supports something like that, that would be a great opportunity for you. But other than that, like I said, just think outside the box. Think about, in your own sales pitches or in your own interactions with clients. What do you typically say? How do you say it? How could you convert that over into something utilized on your website or on social media? Polls are a great question. Polls are, especially on social media, that's one of the top ways to create interactive content is, how do you feel about the most recent election? I tend not to get into politics or any of that stuff, but, something similar to that as an example. When's the last time you went on a vacation with your spouse? Again, little things that you can do to ultimately create that engagement and, get that person to interact with your business in a different way. So surveys, polls, those are great opportunities. Infographics, again, for the visual, get a quote field, stuff like that. Those are great. I still go back to videos a lot. Videos, again, are one of the number one ways as business owners for us to personalize our business, to really create that emotional connection. As business owners, again, we're part of, an awesome group of people. Business owners, we work our tails off, blood, sweat, tears. So you're never going to find more passion or less passion there. But I would say big picture wise, use that to your advantage. People love to personalize. People love to, get to know that personal relationship or establish that. So utilize video for that. That's a great resource. Social media, like I said, we talked about that. Going through different polls, surveys, those are great. You can use the same statistical models and infographics on social that you can on the website. So that's a great dual use. Always remember to publish your blogs from your website over to social media to create some engagement. Encourage comments on your blogs. That's another great way to create that interactive content. Don't be afraid to ask people questions in blogs. I know that's something that is typically, tough for people to do. Sometimes they're tough to remember. But again, if you're going to take the time to write a blog and you want to create some engagement, you got to ask for it. A lot of us take for granted. We write a blog and we think, oh, well, our clients are going to go in there. They're, our clients are going to comment on this, but we haven't asked them to. We just publish some content. They read it. Great. Some of our blogs get a ton of traffic. Other ones don't get any. And I can tell you some of them, some people comment on, sometimes they don't. It just depends. But if I don't ask somebody to comment, I can promise you they typically won't. So, really just think that through and make this interactive and engaging. So, if you have any questions, and this is something we always put out there, if you have any questions, and again, we keep these broad-based for a reason, but if you have something you want to ask relative to your business or your industry and you want some ideas, we're a wealth of knowledge. There's a lot of different opportunities that we can share with you, a lot of different ways, give you some resources on where to find certain things. just give us a call. Let us know how we can help you and what we can do to, make this easier on you. I hate to see business owners that struggle time and time again with, trying this, trying that. They're just afraid to ask the questions because they think they're going to be, sold something. No sales pitches here. We just offer honest, good, hard information just to help you guys grow. And if we can earn your business one day, great. And if not, hopefully we tout you something that'll help your business to be successful. So I'll turn it back over to you, Linda. Anything you want to go over?
Yeah, very interesting. And I will say again, as your regular consumer, okay, my husband is a contest junkie, okay. So he has filled out, and I have filled out a few on Instagram, sign up to win. One company that kind of irritated me, and you'll probably recognize the company, is Pup Box, okay? It was, oh, win these toys for your dog. I said, oh, okay, cool. They're trying to get my business. I understand that. So I filled out, they take me through this long drawn out form. What are the names of the dogs? Da, 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 da. And then at the very end, okay, now it's with a 12-month subscription trial thing. And I'm like, okay, well then dudes, do not put this as a contest, because now you've upset me or, irritated me to say, well, then don't say it's a contest. You could win these 2 pup toys.
Yep.
If you're going to do it like that. So now I'm kind of against Pup Box right now.
Yep.
Because they kind of feed you, or like I did one the other day. Oh, let us find your house, and you click on it and we'll tell you your solar, what you could save, da da da. Well, then by the time you get to that point, then they're like, okay, we need your name, we need your address, we need your phone number, we need your email. I'm like, no, I don't want you calling me. I wanted to find out if I was interested. I would contact you. So there, it's very important for businesses to realize that don't try to hoodwink people into getting their name and address and contact information, because then I start to block them, and that's kind of sad because maybe it is a good company.
Yeah. And honestly, we encourage like that clickbait stuff that it never creates good experience. So, and I understand the purpose behind it. And, I'm sure they do get a number of, unsuspecting people that do it, but ultimately, like you've experienced, it always tends to not work out the way you want it to. So I'm a big advocate for, hey, you got to give a little to get a little in this world. And so, that creating these fun little tools, tips, tricks, it's going to take you some, time, money, effort. But at the end of the day, you will it will earn its weight in gold. It really will. Like I guarantee you, if that company had, given you what you wanted or entered you in to do something, your experience would have been completely different. You would have told 10 people about it and all that fun stuff. But instead, you had a negative experience. And now, so
No.
yeah, you really got to think it through. And again, you got to make sure that I understand a lot of people will say, well, you know what? Hey, if I'm going to go through this effort, I got to get something out of it. You will. Promise you will. It's just, do the right thing by your customer and you'll prevail. We've always operated like that. Again, for our business audits, you have to enter your information. So I know it's an audit, but we send you an unsolicited, like, here's your report. Have a great day.
Sure.
We're not sitting there. Yep.
Yeah. And like I said, one business, when I filled out something, I really appreciated what they did at the end. It was like, check this if you would like us to contact you. Check this, that kind of said, thank you for the information. I'm not interested at this time, but I will contact you.
Yep.
Kind of thing. When I'm ready, kind of thing. So I was like, man, that was good.
Yeah.
Because then I could check that I'm not ready at this time. They never called me, but then they had the other box that said, yes, I would like more information. Please contact me. I thought that was really smart to do the 2 options for people at the end of survey, contest, whatever it is you're going to ask them.
That's a classy way to do it. So
it
awesome.
Is. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And what's our next one? Our next one is November 18th, omni-channel marketing.
Ooh, yeah. Starting to help. We're trying to help people understand how to utilize basically different platforms and synergy. So that way you don't seem disjointed. A lot of businesses you'll see, they do one thing on their social media, but they haven't touched their website since like 2003. And yet they posted yesterday on there and it's just completely disjointed. So making sure that everything works in unison. Same thing, again, email marketing, social media, websites, all that fun stuff, and how you can help make those more effective.
That's great. Well, we look forward to it. You have a good week.
You as well, hon. Nice seeing you again. Have a great day.
care. Bye-bye.